open the meeting to the public. So is there anyone here who'd like to speak to this application or say a few words about it? No one? Yes, Mr. Endersby.
I'm fully aware of the fact that the HPC has no jurisdiction over the new building, but I think what Ms. Capozzoli was speaking to before...
I can't hear you again. The microphone doesn't seem to be working.
Other people, it's my voice. What Ms. Capozzoli was speaking to before is the notion of replicating or attempting in some vein to replicate the original building. And we are very much, we anyway, are very much of the opinion that what's been proposed is the scale of it is appropriate for Nassau Street and in the spirit of the building that was there before. But when they talk about the proportions on the lot running from one side to the other and the depth of the lot, yes, they are very similar to the proportions that are there. But by dropping the building 4 feet, the character of the new structure is going to be very different from the old. And just as a member of the public, and not representing the HPC, I would say that I would give you more license to come up with a new building which has its own character and isn't necessarily trying to reflect the old. The only other point I would make is that this is a significant building, and as we have asked under our own capacity in reviewing other projects at the HPC, we would ask that there be an opportunity to record the interior of the buildings with both photographs and measurements, and that if there are features of the original building that can be saved in cooperation with your demolition contractor, we would very much like to see that followed. Thank you.
The owner's only concern is, as was the case with the structural engineer that you hired to go into it, he had insurance. As long as anybody who goes in there is covered by municipal insurance, because it is truly an unsafe structure, and goes in under the auspices of the HPC and quickly takes photographs, I know that would be acceptable.
I don't know. I think that's something that will have to be discussed between HPC and the municipality.
Just one thing. I think it is a requirement before demolition that photographs are taken. I think that's a requirement. Exterior photographs. Okay.
But we've met each other a lot of times now. I mean, we'll work it out. So we'll accommodate.
Okay. Anybody else want to speak to this? Yes. Okay. All right. If there are no public comments, let me close the public portion.